though?
I say to this day, and I do it based on my reaction. Obviously, this is personal. I say it's the greatest knockout of all time. First time I ever stood up, I couldn't sit down. I was standing up. I was just like, oh!
I saw that. I saw you stand up. That's the first time I see
It was just, what?
I'm expecting him in the last 6 rounds with AJ. In my opinion, he won 4 of them. People will argue that. He at least won 3.
I'm a little tough. But will you take care of me forever and ever?
When Anthony Joshua finally landed a crushing 6th-round knockout that ended Jake Paul's bid in their highly anticipated heavyweight showdown, Joe Rogan's live reaction perfectly captured the moment's seismic impact on combat sports. Rogan, who had openly warned about Joshua's one-punch power and the danger Paul was stepping into, didn't hold back as a decisive blow landed, immediately framing it not just as a fight-ending knockout, but as a moment that could go down as one of the most brutal and memorable knockouts in boxing history.
Come full steam ahead 100 mile an hour, or Jake would have moved around the ring 100 mile an hour. There's 2 things I would have done. Tried to shut Jake down at 100 mile an hour, or I would have gone on the back foot. So Jake decided to move around the ring, and I decided...
The bout officially billed as Judgment Day was contested over scheduled 83-minute rounds in the heavyweight division, with Joshua entering as the clear favorite due to his elite experience and size advantage, standing at 6 feet 6 inches in and weighing around 243 pounds compared to Paul's 216 pounds. After several tentative early rounds, Joshua began to take control, knocking Paul down multiple times in the 5th before finishing the fight with a devastating 6th-round knockout at 1-31, landing a crushing right hand that sent Paul to the canvas and forced the referee to stop the bout.
Anthony Joshua. Paul was sturdy for the first couple of rounds, but as the fight went on, the more experienced Joshua began to take control. After continuously connecting in the 5th round, it was only a matter of time before it was over. In the 6th, Joshua went on to knock out Paul with a big right hand. Joshua improves his career record to 29-4 now. Paul loses for the 2nd time in his career to go.
Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul was one of the most talked about fights of the year, partly because of the personalities involved, but also because it brought into stark relief the clash between traditional heavyweight boxing and the social media-driven influencer era.
Performance by Jake, brother.
Come on, bro. You're a fucking legend for that. He had such big balls getting in the ring with that guy, dude. Josh was a monster. He stayed in it the whole time, and I'm really proud of Jake, dude. All my respect to him, bro. Whatever outcome. I mean, dude, he went 6.5 rounds with Anthony Joshua, one of the best in the world, so I got nothing but respect.
And got up like 2 times?
No, it was sick.
Talk about that. I mean, there's been other heavyweights that have felt that right hand who haven't got up.
Nagano, so many people, bro. The overhand right. Jake's got a tough chin, dude. I think he does whatever he wants after this. He just has such big balls, dude. He had to keep moving. That was the only strategy. People are going to say he ran around the ring. They don't know. They don't understand fucking boxing.
He showed a ton of heart, right? What's next for Jake Paul? Where does he go?
Joshua, the former 2-time unified heavyweight champion, entered as a massive favorite. Paul, a YouTuber turned boxer, had used his platform to build a big audience for boxing despite criticism from purists about his credentials. Yet few truly believed he stood a realistic chance against elite heavyweight power.
Some people believe in fairy tales. Whoever believed that Jake Paul was going to win, that was an absolute fairy tale. I've got a friend in a group message that said, I just put $20 on Jake Paul to win. I was like, bro, you just wasted your money. There was never a world in which Jake Paul was going to beat Anthony Joshua. It was always a matter of how the fight would end. So I watched all the pundits talking about the fight. Even Rosendo, my boxing coach, I was like, does Anthony Joshua represent boxing? Everybody from that world felt like Anthony Joshua was representing boxing. And as the fight started to go on, first off, he was representing boxing, so they wanted him to get the job done. All right, first and foremost. You can't lose to a guy that's perceived to be a YouTuber, even though today, Jake Paul is more boxer than YouTuber. I've said this time and time again. When you have resources, when you can spend $1 million a year on training camps, housing, food, coaches, this is not recreational anymore. He's a boxer. He's just not a boxer at that level. I ran into his brother in New York City, and I said to Logan, what parameters are in place, Logan? What safeguards do they have to make sure that Anthony Joshua doesn't hurt your brother? He said there are none. He goes, they're going to just straight fight. So in that regard, you got to give credit.
After the fight, Anthony Joshua was honest and reflective about his performance, saying that while he got the job done with 6th-round knockout, he didn't feel it was his best showing and believed he could have done much better. Joshua admitted he needed to do better because he struggled early to land clean shots and couldn't corner Jake Paul as quickly as many had expected, calling a win but not a success, and emphasizing that he still has a lot of improvement ahead of him.
Done better is a lot of things, 100%. In the fight game, you've seen the amazing fighters that have graced us over the last 100 years, and the expectations that we put on ourselves are immense, but I tried my best. Jake done well while it lasted, but if you remember what I said in the interview with Cameron is, fighting's not just physical, it's psychological. And when you understand the psychological warfare, I did say to you that, Jake, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna see a time when I'm gonna take your soul and you're either gonna give up or you're gonna...
Despite the knockout, Joshua made a point of acknowledging Jake Paul's heart and resilience in the ring, saying that even though he ultimately secured the 6th-round knockout, Paul showed real spirit by repeatedly getting back up after being dropped and continuing to compete against a far more experienced former world champion. Joshua noted that not many fighters would have stepped up to face someone of his caliber, that Paul's would keep trying, even in tough moments, deserved respect.
AJ's won 6 rounds. He kind of dismantled him. He took his time. How do you see it?
Yeah, it was a frustrating 2-3 rounds maybe because Jake was moving so much, holding, but did well, I thought. I mean, I was impressed with him. I mean, I was more impressed with his toughness because I think that last shot would have knocked out most heavyweights. I mean, I know
he broke his jaw.
Yeah, I know it knocked him out, but he was not unconscious. You know, I mean, look, he may not come back from it. If he has broken his jaw, it's a big injury to come back from.
Well, there's pictures of him in hospital right now.
Well, listen, you've got to respect him because he did what many people wouldn't do, which was get in the ring with him. And, you know, he didn't, I know he run and hold, but he also let his hands go at times. And he was in the firing line. And, you know, we got 6 good rounds in the end of actual work.
Is that how you see it in the end?
Yeah, I actually think it's a positive because, you know, we could have gone in there and got it all over with 45 seconds. He's done an 8-week camp. And now he's done 6 rounds. He's got something to go back on.
Paul suffered a broken jaw during his 6th-round knockout loss after Joshua landed a powerful right hand. At the end of the fight in round 6, Paul, bloodied in the mouth, said during the post-fight interview that he thought his jaw was broken, and that turned out to be true.
Rogan, what's up, man? What's your reaction to it?
I'm just so proud of him. My mom has it.
Your brother fought his ass off, man.
Yeah,
I mean, other heavyweights have taken that right hand and only took 1.
I'm just so proud of him. That was incredible. In my view, that was a victory on all fronts.
Right.
Like, minus the actual victory, obviously, of course, but bro, like, no one expected him to last 6 rounds with AJ. In my opinion, he won 4 of them. People will argue that he at least won 3. No one expected him to last that long. Rolled his ankle, broke his jaw, still fucking fighting, man. Like, that's toughness. You know, most people wouldn't have the balls ever to step in a boxing ring to bring in their life. He stepped in a boxing ring with one of the baddest men on the planet, who's 40 pounds heavier than him and 6 inches taller. That's insane. He's one of the most skilled fighters on the planet. My brother, as a fucking YouTuber, went 6 rounds with him fighting with a broken jaw and rolled ankle. I'm so proud of him. That was just unbelievable.
I saw you talking crap to AJ at one point.
I was trying to get his head. I think I pissed him off. I was just saying I love AJ. But bro,
I saw you going on the fight game.
I was talking to someone. But I just pissed him off. Then he broke my brother's jaw.
Jake leaned into his signature bravado with a defiant post, sharing a screenshot of his x-rays showing a double broken jaw. Paul wrote, "Double broken jaw. Gimme Canelo in 10 days. Medical scans and x-rays confirmed that his jaw was fractured in 2 places, often referred to as a double broken jaw, and he drove himself to a hospital after the fight for treatment. Recovery time for the injury was estimated to be around 4 to 6 weeks. And Paul posted images and updates on social media confirming the fractures and thanking fans for their support.
Nikita, just down here, Jetford from the Sun. Just to follow up on Jake, he said he broke his jaw in the aftermath. Has he gone to hospital? What's the health update on Jake?
Yeah, we think he broke his jaw. He's fine. We met with Netflix afterwards. He took a shower. He drove himself to the hospital. A broken jaw is very common in sports, particularly in boxing or MMA. And I think the recovery time from the doctors and surgeons we've already talked to is afford it.
Nikisa Badarian praised Paul's heart durability and game plan, noting that Jake had done tremendously well against one of the most feared punchers in heavyweight boxing, that he even may have won a few rounds early in the fight. However, he emphasized that the real reason for Paul's loss wasn't a lack of boxing ability, but the significant size and weight difference between the two men, with Joshua's heavier frame and strength consistently sapping Paul's energy and allowing the former champion to land forceful shots that ultimately led to the knockout. Badarian explained that Joshua's physical dominance played a major role in wearing Paul down, underscoring that Paul's performance deserved respect despite the defeat.
That's what happened. And ultimately, Jake Paul lasted a lot longer than anyone said he was going to. And I haven't seen the official scorecards. I don't know if anyone else has, but I think he might have won a round or two or even three. He was doing tremendously well in there against a person who is vastly more skilled, vastly larger, vastly more powerful. And he did it on 4 weeks preparation.
What would you like to see next for Jake?
I'd like him to take a beat, relax, and then think about when he's gonna fight next. You know, we talked about June, July timeframe. He loves the sport. He loves MVP. He loves the athletes. He loves giving them platform and push. This young lady right here, the whole time when I was talking to her, I said, what do you think? She goes, Jake's gonna win. I believe in him. He can do whatever he wants to do. That's the kind of family that we're building at MVP. It's a fighter-first organization. You guys saw our weigh-in yesterday. That stuff costs a lot of money, but we want to put on the best brand for these fighters to show the world.
First 2 or 3 rounds, a little bit frustrating because you've been out of the ring for a year and a half and you've got a guy that's just running around the ring, and you know, you can say you've got to cut him off, but when they're moving at that kind of speed and they're holding up close, but his clinching was quite good, Jake. Like, yeah, listen, you know, I'm not saying he's going to go and win a world title, but he just fought Anthony Joshua and went 5 and a bit rounds. So, you know, respect to him, and it was good to get some rounds in, to be honest with you. He's got a new team. If it would have gone 45 seconds, maybe people would have been more impressed, but we wouldn't really have got any ring time. So we've got that, and now it's a case of when we're at next.
You described Jake as average a few years ago. What's your assessment of him now?
Decent. If you listen to what I said in the build-up, I said he used to be average, now I think he's decent. And the same. I think he's like a top 50 cruiserweight in the world. Top 50, top 60 cruiserweight in the world. So, yeah, and look, you know, like I said, I hope he's okay. 4-0 to Matchroom over MVP. We're friends now, so respect to him.
Any message for Fury?
Fury, listen, we'll see you next